Hi there, good morning, everybody. My name is Valbert Brian. I'm an author, mindset coach. And for me personally, one of my aim and mission in life is to help people who are struggling in some specific area, like relationship challenges. Creating a better life, just developing themselves overall. And then for the past 4 years, then it has been a really transformational journey for me, coming from the background of a automotive technician, then transition into Les Brown Power Vice, and then with John Tellerico, and then the journey continued with Denise Nicholson, and then my first book was published, and it was just a blast. It was definitely a 180 degree, and then from that, moving with Kalisha Warrior with the TV shows, and oh my goodness, I was stretched more than what I could really imagine. And then Bob Proctor, when we just joined in with Bob Proctor, I remember he told us that in 6 months we would need a telescope to look back to see where we were. And oh my God, that was an understatement. I thought it was just like a market strategy, but I mean, in a year time, I couldn't believe I was where I developed myself to be and now helping people. And from that, everything just keep falling into place. And of course, life happens. The good, the bad, the ugly. But through it all, I overcame. And now I'm helping people who have similar struggle. And then, of course, once your book is out there, that is a tool you can leverage, because I learned this from Oprah Winfrey. When you feel convinced or convicted, or when something touches you, it is guaranteed that at least a couple other million persons, that same feeling, emotion, preside in them. So if you could share your experience, your tool, what you've been through, your story is not really all about you. It might happen to you, but it is to help the world.
Thank you so much, Valbert. I know I put you on the spot and you don't really know much about this group or my colleagues or anything. But what I'm gonna do, one of the main reasons why I really thought that you would like to meet them and they would like to meet you. Two
Uh,
of these ladies share the same background with you. They're from Jamaica.
oh, interesting. I
Hmm
didn't, I didn't know that.
So we, I will pass it on, the baton on to Charlene. She is the president, CEO of the group, and she will just give you a background on what the group is about, and then give the other ladies the lead to introduce themselves, etc.
Thank you so very much, Andrea. Thank you for that introduction, Valbert. And welcome to Beyond the Voices. So, the group, well, out of the need for not just self, but for others, we recognize that if we form a group to where we could share our talent to help others, share our talents to help others, then what we would have is a better space where people will feel more comfortable to share their own story. And we met at Les Brown's, one of Les Brown's conference. And there is a saying that Les Brown has: you got to be hungry. I mean, we were eating food, but we were rather hungry. And we decided that food wasn't going to fill our hunger because we were hungry for something else. And we had our discussion, and this is what came out of the discussion. And all of us, we are all authors. We were trained or have some sort of relationship with Les Brown. Well, why I said that, because I wasn't really trained by him, but there is a connection that I have with him. And some of us would have co-authored book with Les Brown. You see Diana Leslie's book as our backdrop that she co-authored with Les Brown. So, participated in anthology. And so we decided that together, if we come together with our talent, our mind, our hunger, we could create a powerful group where we now could spread our wings, because we do have a lot of people who have great story. You said something that was very fundamental, and that you shared with us earlier, was your story is not about you, it's about helping people. Quite a number of persons don't believe that, don't understand that. And that is why you can have someone who is failing in life, but is able to motivate someone else, because I always say your gift is not for you. Your gift is for someone else, right? You share your gift with someone else. And so we came together to help people to tell their story, so that they can empower, inspire, motivate other persons. We came together so that people can now have a voice, because their voice matter. We came together so that we can help people to write their story, because we will be assisting persons to write their story. Persons will be given the opportunity to do ontology with voice masters. We came together to tell our story as well. So it's an amalgamation of hearts, mind, spirit, toward greatness, because this is something that I live by. You cannot develop a country without developing the people. And so Voice Masters is the company that is driving minds toward greatness in a different way, to use your voice in a different way, to use your power in a different way. And that is what we are about.
Hello, Valbert. Thank you so much for showing up this nice day when you could have been at the beach.
My pleasure.
We have another Jamaican by, what's the word? I don't remember. Charlene, help me. Because
Birthright?
By what?
Birthright?
Not birthright, but I'm just saying that because it's three of us from Jamaica. Her friends are Jamaican and she's been to Jamaica. She'll be speaking next. So she's adopted.
By adoption.
And I don't think there's any coincidence why she's so heavily involved with us and others before us. I am Diana Leslie. I was just telling I'm a nurse, no longer practicing full time. I was hungry for Les Brown. So I drove all the way from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando to meet these wonderful sisters in September. And we haven't stopped September because we're determined to carry on the mission of Les Brown, which is that there is power in the voice, not quoting him or anything. And when you're hungry, you will want to share your hunger with the world. There was a long time, Valbert, when I thought that my accent was just too thick and heavy, and the rate at which I spoke was no one would understand me. Maybe you'd have to use Google or a translation. And you might laugh, but this is serious. This was true for me, even though they told me you chat too much. I still could not find myself on a stage speaking because there was a fear. There were so many limiting beliefs that told me that you're not good enough. You have this heavy accent. And then those that I saw speaking didn't look. He knows I am laughing. But don't dwell on it. They're from a different culture. The reason why we're laughing at that, because I have to omit that in my general speech. And I don't know where this might go later on. You never know, it might hit 1 million people and some could be offended. So basically, when I got to these ladies, they pushed me further because this was the first time I was speaking on a public platform because of them. And today, I am unstoppable. There's no subject matter. There's no crowd that can fill a stadium that I will not go up there and speak. With that said, I hand over you to my sister, Jamaican by adoption, Shirley.
Good morning, Valbert.
Hey, morning, Shirley. Long time.
Yes, indeed. We have a lot of history together. I will say that. As part of Les Brown's Power Voice, as part of John Tellerico's program, Thinking into Results. I too was just like you when he first said by the end of this program you will need a telescope to see how far you've come. And I was confused at the moment because a lot of times, you know, the limits that a lot of times we put limitations on ourselves. And I was thinking, now, what does he truly mean? But I was just like you. At the end of the program, he meant exactly what he said. When I stopped and looked back, I was like, wow, you know, I had come a long way, you know. So, and he was very, very, and I don't have to tell you this, and Andrea, I don't have to tell you this, but the things that I liked about that program is that, you know, John Tallarico always said, always give more than a person is paying for. And so at the end of every session, he would always stay back. And that's one of the things that I do now, because I appreciated that, because it told me that he was not just there for that hour that he was giving us, or whatever that time was that he was giving us, but he was willing, and sometimes he would stay on for hours, just stand back and answering questions for people who were really truly trying to develop themselves. And so that's just working with, and that's not all, you know, you and I, we through Denise Nicholson's program. But it's wonderful seeing you here, Valbert, today. You and I were also in Jamaica together on
Yeah.
Dr. Denise Nicholson's retreat with John Tallarico and so many other wonderful authors.
Yes,
And
that
so
was a.
oh, go ahead.
So I'm saying that that is one of the memories that, oh my goodness, I will never forget that tour and everything. I mean,
It
really, it
was.
was good.
And
It
Shirley,
truly
you were
was.
also the MC for his book launch.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes. So when Andrea said Valbert would be coming on, I said, wow, you chose a wonderful person, because Valbert is a good person and he has so much and you're so genuine. And what you talk about, you can tell that you're very passionate about your story, and not only your story and how, you know, you have grown, but also to share your story with the world so that you can impact other people, so that they too can understand that they truly can be more. You know, we, again, the limitations that we, a lot of times we put them on ourselves, so we have to be able to see beyond that. And I think through our stories that we are able to do that. And so it's wonderful seeing you, Valbert. I could go on and on. So we still support. And again, it's good seeing you here today, Valbert. And I look forward to even doing other things with you, because I know your value that you offer to the world.
likewise.
All right. Thank you so very much. So, Valbert, tell us a
Yes.
little bit about your book, your title, and what inspired you to write that book.
Okay, so Denise was a key role player. I mean, without Denise, this would not have been a reality. I mean, literally, that is not any exaggeration. Because when I joined Power Voice, I joined in just to do like the speaking course. Because from church, everybody always tell me, you always have a testimony. Even my wife at the time always say, anytime they call her for a testimony, she always say, "Go, you always have something to say." And I just thought it was just a testimony because I just happen to know things or know somebody who something happened to, or just being in the audience or present or something. So when I was doing the Power Voice, at some point, Denise reached out to me. I've never seen her. I've never heard about her. I've never seen her in class. And at that time, I was going through a divorce. And I'm saying, ladies was the last thing I want to even interact with on certain level. And just somebody calling me from America, I've never seen the person. I don't know the person. I was never being introduced to the person. It really looked like a scam. My flag was really heightened. And I couldn't understand why. So of course I was kind of blunt and direct, because why you call me? Who are you? How do you know me? How do you get my number? Those was the question. And naturally, anybody was in my position, then that would be the question for coming. And she was so gracious. She answered my question nicely without being offended. And she told me something that I couldn't grapple with at the time, because I think I did like a 10 or 15-minute speech with Les Brown. And she was in the audience somewhere. I never saw her or heard about her, but she was there. And she told me that story that I spoke about. She said, you know what? The world needs to hear that story. And I didn't sure what that meant, but she said, you know what? I think you need to write a book. And that was the last thing in my dream, because I never like writing, not even in school. I just do it because I want to graduate. Of course, you have to do the, yeah. And she was adamant about it. And I just couldn't understand how a stranger, I've never seen her, never been introduced to her, never seen her in class, even though she says she was in Les Brown class, I've never heard her name. It was, everything just didn't make sense. And then finally, I was doing so much things at the time, so I used every excuse to blow her off. Just to disappoint her. But she would not give up. And then she asked me a question. She says, like, when do you think maybe you would finish most of your studies? And I gave her a random date, which I know for sure would just seal the deal. And I told her like 7 months time. Because I just want to get rid of her, get off the phone. To my unbelief, like 7 months to the date, I get a phone call. I couldn't believe it was her again. And I'm saying, so I really had to get really blunt even more than before and ask her, what is your goal? What is your mission? Because obviously you're after something. And I don't think I know what it is. And I don't have a good intention right now, thinking what my mind is telling me, just, in that phase of divorce. And then when she showed me her accolades, because I was sure she wanted a man. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. That was the only signal I'm getting, honestly. And I was not interested in that time. But when she showed me her accomplishment, she's married, she has a company, she's a published author, she's a coach. Now, being me as a technical person, coming from a technical field, being an automotive technician, then I like to look at the evidence. And the evidence that she presented, even though I want to believe one thing, it was showing something else. And that's when I really started to kind of open up to her and believe that, this lady genuinely think that my story needed, like to share. And so I asked her to explain herself, and then she told me what she do. She have the company, she have the tools, she have the class, the coach, and everything, and even offer me a discount. I said, oh my God. So I started to think, I wonder if it's God, because I just couldn't understand it, because I've never seen anything like that. It has never happened to me in that fashion. And when she really decided to give me a discount, if I just try the class, just do 3 months and see how it feels, then it was too good to really pass up. So I said, you know what, let me just try it out, meet the people, see what it's like. And then I tried the class, and before you know it, we're family, literally family.
Right.
That's how I consider her, and how she consider me. She held my hand in every step of the way. And my book would have never been written or published, because I would never dare think about that. And up until this day, we travel together, we do tour together, we're still in class together. And yes, even when I came here, I call her, I say, hey, I'm in Florida now. What kind of tips you have? Because I'm fresh here, and she give me some guidelines, do this. So, yes, and the journey is endless. So that is
definitely it. What's the title of the book?
So it's called From Westphalia to Riches. So Westphalia is a place in Jamaica where a lot of Jamaicans don't even know that place exists. And just lately, I was shocked to learn that there's another place in Westphalia in Jamaica called Westphalia. I thought my parish was the only
unique.
Yeah, right. Because Westphalia is a place like where they talk about in the Bible. Can anything good come from Westphalia? That is the stigma.
Mm-hmm.
It is located in the rural part of St. Andrew. It is next to Blue Mountain Peak, literally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's still dirt road up to now. Serious terrain over 7,000 feet up the mountain.
Right.
And that's where I find myself. But, it's not where you start. And
it's how you start. It's not where you start. It's exactly how you start that has the greatest impact.
Right. In those days, it's only two options for a boy or a girl. Either you get a mattock or a pickaxe and go to the forest after you finish school. And for a girl, you get pregnant and become a wife. End the story. There's literally nothing else. If you want anything else, you have to leave. The nearest bus stop was 8 miles. The closest bus. Yes, 8 miles. So my father was the only builder, cabinet maker in that area. So, I like farming because I grew up with animals, and my dad also a farmer, so he make furniture, he make buildings. So I get a feel of everything, but I just knew I want something else. And I know that as soon as I finished school, I wanted to leave. But also, there was a challenge. In that time, most guys will leave from the country, go to the city, they come back in a casket. And my mom would not let me go because I'm the last of 10. I'm the baby. My father wanted me to go. I want to go, but my mom said, no way, because of course her love trying to protect me, but I mean, after we fight for a while, then finally they decided, let me go. And then that's when I started to study automotive repair. And that was my ticket out of Westphalia.
No,
So
wow.
that is Westphalia in a nutshell.
Awesome, awesome. How is the book going thus far?
Okay, so the book is going great. I mean, one of my fondest reward outside of the money is that when people come up to you and tell you how your story helped them, I mean, there's no feeling like that. There's something. It's like it's on a different level. I mean, there's so much people that has been going through divorce. I was telling Andrea the other day that I think I want to do something with divorce, especially. I mean, I've been working with a lot of people. It's like everywhere I go, it's like people reading my book, reaching out, thank you for writing it because you don't know what you did, how it helped me. And I mean, people struggle with divorce. And since I end up go through one a couple of years ago, never seen it coming. And then I went and studied female. After that, oh my God, I'm blown away. I have so much information. I said, no, I need to share it. So to put all my book and coaching and everything together, personal experience, because my wife have almost 20 years, pretty much 20 years, just chose to go to America, never came back. And I had to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of people dealing with similar thing, especially since COVID. Oh my God, I've heard so much story. People read my book and reach out to me. So it's just amazing. So I'm saying, you know what, this year, I think I want to focus my attention on that area because people are struggling with relationship. And most people think after a divorce, life finished. But I'm here to say your greater life just begin because I'm a testimony. I released 2 books. I've been doing coaching, speaking. I mean, traveling to country that I've never dreamed of. I mean, it has been a really amazing journey. So yes.
Awesome. I turn over to Andrew to ask some other questions from Voice Masters.
Okay, I don't have a question, but I just want to encourage you, Valbert, to know that you do have support from us. You have a team of ladies who want to see you win, and please don't ever feel as if you can't reach out or we can't collaborate or we can't work together in any way. And even not just professional, but personal too. You have Diana, she's in Florida, I'm in Florida. And when Charlene comes, she's in Florida too.
Oh,
And of course, you can always reach out to Shirley, just especially coming here to live from a different country and a new environment and trying to make your way now as a coach in a new country. It's going to be a bit different. So just know that you do have support.
yes. Okay. Thank you. I mean, okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead with your response.
Okay. I'm saying, all my coaching and class and schooling, I've noticed. I don't know if you guys girls have noticed. It's like men seem to be they're missing, they're absent in where they're supposed to be. Men, I mean,
I noticed.
every class I've been in, if you find 3 males, 30 something ladies, 3 males, 2 guys, sometimes me alone. I'm saying, oh my goodness, there's something. I mean, men,
There is
they're all
something, but there is something, Valbert. I do agree, but I believe bit by bit we're breaking down the barriers, and that's a different conversation you and I can have because that's one of the things that I want to talk about that I not want. We'll be talking about when I do different engagement, right? Because
oh,
it is true that our men are not in the places where they're supposed to be as well. And I can tell you why. But like I said, that's a different conversation. And the world will hear it because I am for the men as I'm for the women as well, but I am particularly for the men because of that reason. They are not in the space we want them to be, and we have to find the reason and then implement solutions.
yes. I think they're missing in action and they're all in the places where they're not supposed to be. And also I notice a lot of men are intimidated by women when they find out they're in certain position. Yeah, I mean, so much lady come up to me, tell me they want a good man to date, and no man approach them because once they have certain status, I'm saying, oh my God, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, a lot of things going on. So there's so much things for us to help out with because I mean the need is really great and it's there.
So we will continue that discussion. And yes,
Sure.
Dino, do you have any questions
Yes,
for our guest?
yes, Valbert, I know there's no destination for you, just a journey like us. So along the journey to what are your end goals? What do you see yourself at the end of this year according to taking into results? But as I said before, you're still on the journey. So how close are you to your destination? What do you see yourself doing in the next couple of months to the end of the year for this? As thinking, I keep looking up because I wrote my thinking into results up there.
You wrote it,
Tell me
okay.
what's up your goals,
Okay.
your dreams for this year.
So I noticed a few things just stand out in my mind, and every time I go out, those things keep popping up. One, helping people who are in relationship challenges. It's a must, whether divorce, after divorce, stuff like that. The second thing I realized, the Bible, I'm a student of the Bible. I think I'm very good, knowledgeable with that. I mean, I've studied so much material from Hebrew language, translating, all kind of things. So I think we should always balance the spiritual with our physical and our spirit and our intellectual side because we are in a three-dimensional form, and anyone is lacking, then it is malnourished. So yes, while we strive for our academic goal and all of that, it's good for people to get a good understanding about the spiritual side of things too, without being pushy and don't push any form of religion, but just love and extend God mercy. So Bob Marley's son has this song that love is my religion.
Religion.
I would rather take that part where I don't care your religion. Yes, I might go to Adventist church, but I don't want to be quote unquote because most Adventists is kind of stigmatized in, everybody else is wrong and they're right. I don't want to be like that. I want to bridge the gap where love is my religion. So if my skills and my accomplishment can help you and you're willing, you're coachable, then of course, I'm more than happy to work with you to help you out in whatever shape and form. So of course, yes, I'm looking to see what coaching on this side of the world is like, the kind of dynamics that it presents. And of course, I know that people struggle with relationship in every part of the world. And relationship is the basis for everything, from friendship to business to marriage, wherever area. And Dr. Miles Monroe is one of my coaches too. And I did the study on relationship and a lot of material. So yes, I'm definitely looking for those three areas, finances, relationship, the spiritual side, to see how we can combine those things. And of course, I'm also a professional automotive technician. So of course, the needs for that is always there because yes, people need transportation. So I mean, along those lines, I'm looking to see how I can work with our organization team. I'm just looking to see how things unfold.
And as you go around Panama City, I'm sure you're looking at every opportunity as you drive, as you interact. You say,
Yes.
"This is a need here. That's going to happen
Yeah.
to you." You just write them down. I'm sure.
And then my second book, which I co-author, I co-authored this with Kalisha, which Andrea is one of the partner. It's based on relationship, how to communicate, because that is one of the biggest problem, and also to identify and know our purpose, because a lot of time we think we know. Because when I did the study on female, I thought I knew a woman before, but oh my God. And most of the time we go into relationship with the same thinking. The man think he know all about the woman, and the woman think he knows all about the men, and you couldn't be more wrong. That's one of the biggest problems. And then the other thing is that because you're a female, you expect the man to want what you want. It doesn't work like that. If your car need gas, you don't have to like gas. The car need gas to function. Give the car gas. End of story. And once we understand that we are different, but yet we complement each other and know our roles, we can have a wonderful, beautiful relationship. So yeah, I'm looking to, share my knowledge and skills with everybody who really want help and is willing to be coached.
In
Okay.
summary, I'm just thinking that the word for you is spirituality. You're releasing religion and merging into the connection between me and my God that does not offend anyone else, the universal self. That's what I'm hearing. So it's spiritual. You're merging into a spiritual world instead of just being locked down, being, what you'd say, being, you're determined by the church you go. You no longer want to be programmed into
Yes.
that spiritual and
Yes.
universal love, one heart. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Valbert. Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
inspired. I'm touched.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so very much, Dinah. And over to another Voice Master co-founder, Shirley. Do you have any questions or any comments for our guest, Valbert, Brian?
I do not have any other questions for Valbert, but I am certainly again so appreciative of you coming on today and sharing your story and sharing your part of your journey, because I know you're still making moves. I know you're still impacting the world and still. I do have one question. What about your vision board? What's on the vision board? Have any of those?
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So so for sure. So now I need a new one because I just moved. So I leave all of that stuff behind, and I don't get my own place yet. So I can't put anything on people's walls as yet. But of course, I have some things line up. So right now, I just bought my car the other day. I'm trying to tomorrow. I have my driving practical exam tomorrow. I did a written one last week. So I'm trying to get my driving up and sorted out so I can move about freely because of course it's difficult to navigate when you have to get taxi all the time. And then also because we drive on the right here, oh my God. That's a challenge. I put my watch, somebody told me, put my watch on my right hand. So I remember, you drive on the right here. This is not other countries. So I'm wrapping my head around that. That's one of the things I use to help me to remember. This is not Cayman Islands. This is not some other country.
Yes, this is not Jamaica.
It's not Jamaica, right. So of course, so yes, but I think I'm right now. I feel a little bit comfortable because yesterday I drive to church by myself. And of course, GPS is your best friend because everywhere is so far and every place look like every place. So it's a whole new dynamics. I always like a challenge, and of course, I'm gonna give it my best shot now because I know wherever God places you, then that's where He wanted, and something is there here for me to do. So of course, I like to travel. Oh my goodness. There's so much countries that I want to see. It's one of my favorite things. I just like to see different culture, people, way of life. There's so much to see. So yeah. So I'll see where the journey takes me.
Well, thank you so much, Valbert. Again, it's been a pleasure always being in the same space that you're in, because you always add value and you're always very transparent with your journey. And so I really appreciate that. And again, thank you so much for coming on. And I'm just looking forward to seeing even bigger, better, greater things from you, because I know they are coming. Yeah.
And anything, if there's anything that the team is working on, the group is working on, any engagement, yeah, because I took some time from work, so I was focusing on settling down. I think I might travel next month. I want to see the Philippines, so I might go to the Philippines, spend a couple of weeks, because I want to just relax first before I really hit the road. So now it's just like this setting up phase, working through all the logistics and to get myself up and going. But yeah, by next month I should be ready to rock and roll.
Okay. You have a lot planned, and I'm sure that you will be fulfilling all of that. All right. So thank you so very much, Valbert, for sitting with us right here on Beyond the Voices, where impact meets inspiration.